What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to another goal stream. So here is the updated squad with our newest legendary member. You see here Grillo. We'll take a little look at the details. Joaninha Grillo, a defensive beast. Let's see what we got to say about Grillo. A reserved yet formidable presence on the pitch, she is an unrelenting force at fullback, using her explosive speed and unparalleled tackling ability to shut down any opposing attack. Despite a somewhat conservative use of energy, her strength and strategic blocking make her an impenetrable wall. Opponents quickly learn to avoid her side of the field, lest they face her aggressive, ball-winning prowess. So, I was wanting an attacker, because I already have two defensive legendaries, but that's okay. We also got a few more beasts. Obviously, Madi's been on the team for a bit now. Absolutely beast, cutting in from the left to the right. Excellent finesse shots, excellent dribbling. Kehoe, as well as Engel, two speed demons. Excellent dribbling on both of them. Decent enough finishing as well. Engel especially makes these powerful runs down that right side and gets a lot of goals through there. So, still have some monsters. No pure number 9, right? Kocha was a pure number 9, obviously very limited, but still a pure number 9. So I'm looking for a elite number 9, like a legendary level number 9, but similar to Kocha. Just need a few areas where they dominate. And Kocha's problem, great finishing, great speed, but outside of that, very linear. Like, if you try to pass with her, if you try to dribble with her, she was toast. So she was very easy to read and shut down. Like, long balls was pretty much her only option. So, what I want to work on today, unfortunately, right, unless I go into like bot games, I'm going to have to do tournaments where I replace some of these players to meet the restrictions. But I want to work on this 4-3-3, and I'll talk to you about why. Like, I love the 3-5-2. It's been doing great defensively. Not many problems, right? It's a little more open, as you can imagine, but it's much better coverage and goals than other football games where the three backs just aren't viable. You're too vulnerable to counterattacks, and goals not as much. But I'll tell you why we're going to work on the 4-3-3 in a second. So here's where we're at. And again, this is an alpha, so this is normal, right? It's not like the full release of other games like eFootball where you kind of hit a dead end and you get to the point where you're wanting more to do in the game and there's not much. Like, it's not like that at all. For an alpha, this is great. But I would say the hang up right now in this alpha is in ranked, we are maxed out on our rewards, okay? Which means that outside of like a little bit of XP, when you play ranked right now, you don't get much. Now, my biggest goal when I max out my rewards after that is getting these upgrades, getting these challenges done, right? And then working on getting these potential beast players upgraded to see what we have to keep moving the team up, right? So when I'm playing, the best way once you've maxed out your rewards, because when you get these rewards, by the way, it's a huge boost. For one, you get a ton of packs, as you can see when you max them out, but 600,000 XP, that's like winning 6 tournaments. And so you get a good amount of upgrades with more potential beast players. It's excellent. And the only thing that rivals that, while you're waiting for those rewards, where it says, by the way, what does it say here? 1 day. But I believe the day is, you see it right there underneath, rank 2 weekly rewards at the bottom. Event ends in 1 day. So I believe, if I remember correctly, it was Monday that the rewards come. It could be Sunday, but I thought it was Monday. Either way, we'll figure that out. And the best way then to get the closest rewards after that is here in tournaments. Now, in solo, the Rookie Cup, 50,000. Contenders Cup, 25,000. Champions Cup, 35,000. That's solo. 1v1, 100K. 4,000 points, and then 1 uncommon. The solo rewards, Champions Cup was a rare. But once you win it, it becomes an uncommon. Contenders Cup, that's just a common, and then another just a common here, but way less XP. So the 1v1 online cup is the best way to go once you've maxed out your rewards. The biggest issue I see with this, though, is simply that the competition's not as good as you would face in ranked every time. Like, you will get some beast players in there that are kind of on the same mission as you, and then you'll get a lot of lower ranked players. Now, you still can in ranked as well, but that's going to happen when you're in an alpha, right? Like in ranked, I could like queue in to get a match, and I might face a 16, 15, 1700 player. Just like in tournaments, it's just how it is. So if you're a lower ranked player or you're just starting into goals, don't be discouraged when you're matching these beastly players. Just remember, it's an alpha, so there's limited numbers. Like right now, there's only 136 online. Okay? And then if you go into these rankings, how did I get to the leaderboards? Duh. If you go into these rankings, right, you see where we stand. Now, I've talked to you about these where, like, the game's going to change, right? For one, some of these players have been taking breaks because they've been playing this alpha for a long time. For two, some players are just working on different things, and they're not, like, looking at the ranks. So this is, you take it with a grain of salt, but you still get an idea of where you stand compared to the top players. Like, Marky, even though it's an alpha, is a monster player, right? We see Marcel monster, Nier monster. All these guys are monsters. So this is still, even though it's just an alpha, a good idea of what you're going to see at the top of the rankings. Okay? So where we stand, for instance, is right here at 42. So once there's the full release, there's going to be a lot more players at every level, right? So yeah, it's going to be harder to break into these top ranks, but then it's also going to mean more matches for every player along the way. Meaning when a, I don't know, Division 4 player that can't break the top 500, which is okay, by the way, it is what it is. They don't have to come in and face a top 10, 20, 30, 50, top 100 player. They'll face someone more at their level. So just bear with the game at this point, right? Because alpha, the most important part is stress testing, finding out issues, bugs, stuff like that, which a lot of people have been helping with, continue to help with. And then, you know, the devs can put in different things too, as they add stuff, as they nerf things, buff things, tweak things, whatever. And then we get, the players who are involved in this alpha get to test it out, right? There's no doubt players sitting on the wings that are still playing FC, that are knees deep into their FC team or eFootball team or UFL team, and they're waiting for full release. Doesn't mean that they aren't going to give the game a try. It just means that, hey, we want full release. Similar to when I came in July, and, you know, Marky had asked me, like, well, what's the big changes that you see? And for me, it's more like, I guess the biggest thing was when I went in, it just didn't feel like it was polished enough. And we went back and watched that Sanders video, and you can kind of, you could see it. Like, whenever you went in and played, it just, you could feel there was some there were specific elements missing from the game. To where it's like, okay, even if you didn't tell me, I could tell, like, okay, this game's brand new, or it still has a lot of work. And it's been definitely sharpened and polished since then. Like, you can just feel it. And I'll show you an example right now, too. This is the video. And I don't want to throw hate out there, but I don't support what this Sanders guy does. I'm just going to show you this because he has an early, an early version of the game. But I don't support because he takes paid, sponsorships from these games, plays them once, doesn't know what he's talking about. I have to put Goals Soccer Game, unfortunately. because it won't look up without it. I wonder how many people have tried and, like, you know. But anyway, I don't know why that's like that, but see this two Sanders 7, gets a ton of views, which I have to think are paid, because no real players of this game would watch this guy. He never has,
I have been waiting almost 3 years
even real accounts. So you can't, like, listen to what he's saying per se, but it is a early version of the game, right? I try to make sure I tell people that only for one reason. You see how many views he has? Because I've done this before, way back, and I quickly learned. You see how many views he has, you think, okay, this guy knows his stuff, clearly. And you go and you see he doesn't play, really. You can tell by what he's saying. It's more just like, you know, these development companies see, not goals, I'm not saying goals, but these other ones see he has a ton of subscribers like they do with other people, too. You can search what I mean. UFL is a big culprit of that. And then they give these guys packs or whatever, kind of give them a script, and then these guys he tells everyone every football game's amazing and the best, and look at this great stuff, because they're getting paid to say it. So anyway, when we'll turn on the volume, but just take it with a grain of salt. More look at kind of the gameplay and see if you can tell what I mean by just not having that sharper look and feel like it does now. Here we go.
Practice winner back in 2022 when the game was in early. Unique name, so nobody ever gets the same player with the same stats. That is what is really. There we go, my striker is making a run. That is a nice one, and the power shot into the top corner. To be fair, I've got a little bit of practice. I have literally played against one of the developers of the game, so he explained to me pretty good, you know, how to play this game. Although here he is, 3-1 goal.
So maybe Goals did do what I'm talking about. Maybe they did pay him and, you know, hey, cover this game. But I don't blame him, because he's like, gets a lot of people like for these new games, right? And again, not throwing any shade, but when you're like looking to dig deeper, you're a daily player, he's just not the guy for you. You've definitely played more and know more about the game than him as a daily, you know, player. But watch the gameplay, and I get it. Like, a lot of people are going to watch this and go, dude, it's the exact same. But just keep watching, pay attention to the details. And you still might be like, you're crazy, bro. It's like the same exact thing. And I don't know, man. I just turned it on in July. And maybe it's because I was knees deep in eFootball at the time. But it just didn't feel like it feels now. When I turned it on this time, I went into a match, and it just felt way better. So let's see if I can put my finger on it. But when you watch like this part of it, watch these shots, right?
PlayStation very soon. So this is
just watch the dribbling and the shots from this angle.
I have been playing it for a couple of hours, so I'm gonna explain to you right now. You simply a couple of different.
Here we go. Watch this.
Views. So
ready?
Right now, I guess we can get started, and let me show you a couple of different shooting techniques. So you've obviously got the classic finesse shots. You just press the R1 button, and then you can get a nice curve.
Just feel like there's some delay in the commands, or like it was, I don't know, man. It just didn't have. There's something missing or different.
The more powerful it will be. A nice goal there off the post and in. Another shooting technique you got is a chip. So simple as that, and wow. That actually went in. That is one of the first.
That actually went in.
Now you've also got a low driven. What you have to do is right after you press the normal shot button, you press it again. So a double tap basically, and you get a low shot. Those are a few.
Yeah, just I don't know. Can you guys see what I'm talking about? Let's see. Let's watch here.
He explained to me pretty good.
But I'll tell you, when I jumped in the game, and what made me really love it. First thing I felt defensively, the perfect movement, the ability to make your tackles. It reminded me of like a better defensive version of UFL when it first came out, which was huge because at the time when UFL came out, we only had eFootball and FC with terrible AI-ridden defense where your skill, there was no skill gap. It was just press a button, get AI to win the ball. And so UFL did it originally good, and then they went a different direction. And Goals had even better defense with the manual approach. Then I love the finishing. I love the responsiveness. The speed of the game, I think, it improved
100% chance of a
pretty big.
instantly score.
Sit here, some of my best goals. I don't know. You see what I'm saying though? There's just this difference. I'm sure that obviously the devs would be able to tell you exactly what, but it just doesn't have that. It just looks more rough, which is a good sign because it's been like several months. It should have like a difference to it. But this still makes me want to go play goals, dude. You know? So, I don't know. I could be crazy, but now I'm loving it. What up, Corb? How are you, buddy? My boy Corb says he liked the game during it. Dude, it's weird because that's when I first turned it on in July. Or it was around July. I don't know if that was July or not, but and I turned it off. And I think I was playing eFootball at the time. Maybe I was just so in eFootball mode. But I turned it on and I respectfully declined to play it. My boy sent me a code. I'm like, dude, I was like, let's see it later on. I was like, this is too early. But when I'm watching this, I do get where Marky's saying. It doesn't, there's a little something that looks like it's missing, but I can't see exactly what. You feel what I'm saying? But hey, bro, are you, I'll tell you why I'm asking this in a second. How, are it, like English, if I spoke to you like on live, do you feel like you would be good to go on that? Because I know some people like Marky, he speaks well, but some people, English is like their second language and you can't tell what they're typing. But the reason I ask is because I'd like to get your input on which players you upgrade and how you upgrade. Okay, cool. So you're good. Okay. I just asked because if I got you on a live, we could do it later, like sometime, but I want to make a video on, like, I want to pick your brain on which players you upgrade, what you look for, and which players you sell. I think that could help people out a lot making a video on that, because tomorrow I got my 352 video where you're in that prominently, you know. And then after that we have our, what's the next video I did? Oh, talking about, I think Goals Pro is going to be way better, and that diagonal guy, I kind of reacted to a video he made talking about why goals is sick and FC Pro so boring and shit. So I think going back to gameplay stuff, that would be cool to hear, what, like how you know if you're gonna have beast players and stuff. Okay, hell yeah, bro. So now what I wanted to get into, and by the way, so everyone knows, 2 p.m. today Central Standard Time, 8 o'clock UTC, 5v5 tournament. I may have some stuff going on. If not, I'm going to try my hardest to react to that. They're going to have a live stream too, but you get to see some of the best players in the world playing with each other and against each other in 5v5, which if you haven't played that mode or seen it, that is like an incredible, almost its own separate game. It's within goals, but it's pretty insane, dude. Like, they did it right with 5v5. They still have work to do because, like, it's even newer than all this 1v1 stuff, but you get to see these beasts play. I'm sure Corb's playing in it. Are you playing in it, Corb? And then, so we'll watch that, see how these guys do, and kind of work from there. Oh, you're not? It's all good. Maybe you could hop on here too. We could watch it and react and stuff. You can talk about some of the players or whatever. But I really would like to see, you should start a channel, bro. I'll promote you all day, dude. You clearly have knowledge. You're a great player. But if not, I know you can help my audience a lot, but some of you guys, I'd love to see you guys start some stuff, especially as we get going forward with goals. I just play 5v5 casually when Marceau streams or if he hosts. Nice. Gotcha. So I wanted to talk about this 4-3-3 because I went through, I'll show you guys what I did, and this is what's cool too, guys. No other game does this. eFootball does it a little bit. eFootball, because I don't want to you got to give credit where it's due. So I'm not just shitting all the way on other games. But here's what's cool. So when you go through these rankings, not only can you click in and see the details of these players, like you can click into their games. For instance, let's see this last game. Markey played on the 23rd. So you can see it's been a bit. When you've played this many games and have been helping this long, you're going to take certain breaks to try to stay fresh, right? Is the weekend coming? Okay, cool. I'll check that out for sure. And then there's another 5v5 tournament. Looks like a Nations Cup that Marceau is hosting for a cash prize, which is cool. U.S. and Canada could do with players for sure. It is this weekend coming up. That's sick, dude. A Nations Cup. So there's enough players from different nations to make these teams. Like, does Marceau have a full German team, or would it be Europe? Like U.S., Canada, Europe. You see what I'm saying? Or is it like Germany, Italy, you know? Dude, that's going to be sick when they keep growing the players, though. Oh, my. Dude, the sky's the limit with this game. That's what's so cool about it. That's what's so cool about it, bro. That's going to be so sick when you have, like, the national, goals national teams. When you have, like, goals national teams, and then the 1v1s are sick. Dude, you know what else is going to be sick? Is they got to get 2v2s going, because 2v2s is fun in FC, but they went away from it, bro. Did you notice that? And eFootball never even pushed into it. Like, these guys are missing out so much. They should have a 5v5 World Cup, right? 5v5 Euros, 5v5 like CONCACAF, where it's like Mexico, USA, Guatemala, There are over 8 teams. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, if you find it, send it to me. I'll share it, just to get eyeballs. I'm not saying I'm Mr. Huge or anything, but the more people that you can share with, the better, right? So if you find it, yeah, shoot it over and I'll share it. But that would be cool. So then you'd have like a World Cup type of thing for like national teams and like 5v5. Then for intermix, like it would just be the same, like Premier League, La Liga, all that, and then you have when they go to their national teams. Then you would have that for 2v2. That would be so sick, bro. Check the Discord, cool. Because 2v2, what would be cool is you can make up for some of the lack of attacking AI right now, which in my 5 things that I want to see, like 5 final touches. Now, obviously, there's more than that. But I didn't, you don't want to sit there and go, here, I would redo this and this and this and this. And this. So I just put 5 final touches in my video I made. But the thing is, let's see here. Oh, I saw something. Oh, it's right here. I thought I was tagged in this. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up for my... And then I got a private message there, so hold on. In 2v2, you could make up for some of the lack of attacking AI with your partner. So let's read what Corb's saying here. Let's read this. So this goes, Mata, you were sprinting. Yeah, this was weird from this guy. Nah, tell me how it goes. Yeah, so this dude was so let's see. I thought he was talking about the guy had sprinted by him and like was holding shield, because he was basically saying there's this guy in here. I see this sometimes, man. And look, I try to be understanding, because you're coming from eFootball and UFL, and there's crazy shit going on. In FC, you guys already know, especially if you play PC, the crazy shit that goes on. eFootball, you've had from guys messing up connections to that renowned cheater where every time he's losing, he disconnects the game. Still nobody can explain that, but his stuff's all over. YouTube, and he's always #1 in the world, but people know he's like legit a cheat. Then you had the UFL scandal where those guys could disconnect, reconnect, and for a while they could crash you out. And so it's weird. I don't know if that's what happens, and then you come into goals and you expect it, or I found a bug in the next few days. I'm going to play so I can use. People will record it and send clips to the devs. They will fix it. So it sounds like this guy's saying. Can I press this in and ask me? I don't know what he's saying. He's going to use a bug, but just to make sure that the devs can get it out. You were sprinting with the ball in front of you, and I couldn't take it. What thing you are abusing? And then Corp says, let's put it this way. He isn't abusing. If he was, he wouldn't tell you. So what are you hoping for? Because you didn't use it in your last match, so you're afraid to get called out on a speed boost. Wait, is he calling out I am French too? Because I did that before. You're talking about. But I think what I am French was just using. Oh no, this is somebody else. Thank you. Nothing more intelligent than not taking no for an answer. Thank you. Exactly my point. Perhaps you're talking about speed boost. So this guy's basically saying that this dude was able to sprint, dribble, and just not get the ball taken away. I'm telling you, but if he tells me I can test it and report to the team, but you want to win so badly, so you'll keep abusing it. Oh, they're playing quick play, and he's still saying that's hilarious. Alright, anyway, whatever. Let's look at this 5v5. So check this out. This is what Corb was telling us. So second edition of the Nations Cup, which is badass. Plan to make the next Nations Cup on the 25th of January. Or 1st of February. Exact date will be decided with the captains. Proposed and most likely guaranteed nation. UK, France, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Brazil, Sweden, USA, Portugal, Argentina, maybe possible Poland and Spain. This list of teams is not final. We'll see what the next weeks are going to bring. Think about how badass this is. You got 5v5, so that's 10 guys on every time, okay? And you have perfect connection every time, which FC could only dream of. They can't even get good connection between two players. And this is an alpha of a mode. This mode's been out for just a little bit. It's not even the full release. It's newer. I don't know. Corb could confirm how long 5v5 has been in here, but dude, there's no doubt that this game is just breaking the mold in so many different ways, dude. So this is insane. So this is 6. Shout out to like Marceau and all these guys for pushing this stuff. This is huge. So we'll find dates on this and make sure we'll check it out. The biggest thing that I would say is just make sure you're practicing and getting better and stuff, because these guys are really good, man. These guys are really good. You can't just get on and play every once in a while and be at their level, I'll tell you that. And if you match them up in game, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. You have to be real sharp. So that's freaking cool, man. Alright, so let's get into this 4-3-3 then. Yeah, for sure, dude. And there's just going to be more and more nations. So when I click through, so like you can see the results. And then you got to go to a game. You want to go to one that finished fully. So this Marky versus BB. And you can literally see all their stuff. Okay, so I could see Marky's top players. Same with his opponent. Expected goals, expected assists. I could see all this from any player that I play or that I'm going to match up a lot, or that I just want to, like, you know, I could even see how many aerial duels there were, how many tackles there were, who's the best players on each of these teams. Didn't mean to do that. And so you could see that for any player out there, which is insane, dude. That is sick that you can do that. And you get an idea of, like, who their best players are. Like, you can get an idea, maybe Marky, for instance, right? Best player in the world, is constantly scoring goals with his, I don't know, right center mid right here, right? Just making this up, but and you're like, what the hell is he doing? But you just get an idea, and you can see who's got the most assists. Maybe the most assists comes from the left winger, and he's got just about the same amount of goals with this player here. You can just get these certain ideas, right? Or maybe his left back has the most assists to his right winger, or whatever the case is. You can get these ideas. You can see where he's winning most of his tackles at. You can see all that, like every single game for every player, which is insane. But the main thing I was looking for is formations. I wish they also had over here somewhere. I wish they had like the depth, the player roles. I wish they had it all, dude. The whole tactical setup. Now, for content creators, it would take away your, like, what do you call that? The player roles and then the depth and all that is the one thing that you need for, like, tactics videos for content creators. But here's the thing, bro. Tactics videos should be about the details anyway, right? The players who just copy and paste and don't get the why, right, or the how, like the explanation for why, like these guys use this, they're useless. You can copy and paste the depth and the build up style and all that, copy and paste the player roles, and that doesn't mean you're gonna go out and play like Marky or Corb or Ronald or whoever, dude. You gotta know the details of why they choose it. So what I noticed is through that leaderboard there was a lot of 4-3-3s. So we're going to test that out here. I've used the 4-3-3 attack defensive. The one thing I noticed, and who knows if it changes in game, but when I go to my game plan and go through this, if you look at the 4-3-3, oh no, here it's the same. The forwards are set up the same. Okay. It's funny because online it almost makes the 4-3-3 look like a 4-3-2-1. So I don't know if that's the case or not. So then, and the difference, if you guys don't know, in the 4-3-2-1, it's almost 3 center forwards as opposed to 2 wingers and a forward. So they line up just closer together. But I don't know if that's going to be the case in this picture. It doesn't look like that. We'll have to see. Here's the player roles. I'm sure eventually they'll add the 4-3-2-1, right? But until then, we're going to test this out. So you have the defensive with 2 DMs and attacking mid. The attacking with 2 CMs and attacking mid. This, by the way, in FC is called the 4-2-1-3. It's the former meta setup from FC 25 that Vergang made famous over there, which now their meta is a 4-5-1, which this looks similar. This is obviously very similar to a 4-1-4-1. You put your central CM on defensive, and you got yourself a 4-4-1 or 4-1-4-1. Sorry, 4-1-4-1, which I've played, by the way, or it's something similar. 4-1-4-1. I played this 4-4-1-1. So the difference there between this and this is in the 4-4-1-1, you don't have a DM, right? You have a cam instead. And then the 4-5-1, you have a DM, 2 CMs, no cam. So it's interesting, but this 4-3-3 is what I see very popular at the top of the ranks. Corb says, I really tried to replicate the OP foot 4-5-1, but it didn't work the same with the current winger instructions. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I tried that 4-5-1 too, and it was cool, but I like the 3-5-2 better. So let's try this 4-3-3. You see the player roles here, right? And then we'll start recording this. Potentially this could be something good. So, in the leaderboards, you see I have a 4-3-3 setup. When you go in, and this is one of the coolest things that I was just talking about in goals, but we seen Marky uses the 4-3-3. You can see there, 4-3-3 regular, not defensive, not attacking. Then Jack Andre, number 2 in the world, uses the 4-3-3. We go to number 3 in the world, Joe, uses the 4-3-3 attack. So then you go to the next player, and we have Niren, number 4 in the world. And we have the 4-3-3 again. And you can go on and on. You guys get the picture. So the point is, why so popular, right? The difference between this and the other two variations, which remember, this is the alpha. There's going to be more formations. Even though in FC they have 1 million, and at the end of the day, every year there's about 1 to 2 used, at least at a serious level. Like there's always that one broken formation and the broken player type. Like this year, it's a particular player like Claudio Pena, right? And then there will be, let's say lengthy is OP, so then Holland will be meta, or explosive is OP, so Messi, or there's always something broken in every version, and that's what takes away from the actual football. So even though we have limited formations, what's cool is you can use each one of these, right? As long as you match the style that it takes to make these good. Yes, the attacking and defensive AI is lacking right now, but it just means you need to be even more creative in the build-up, and that's something that I was inspired by these better players, because I was leaning towards hoof and lofted through balls each time. Now that I haven't, not only am I playing better, but the game's just much more fun, and it showcases the game a lot better. So let's see if maybe there's a secret to why many are using this. Obviously, one of the things that sticks out to me is the triangles all over the place, right? From your left center mid to your left mid to your striker, right? Your CDM to your left or right CM to your striker, your wing forward, your wing back, and your right center mid, your center back, your right CM, and you guys get the point. There's triangles everywhere. So that's good. Obviously with me, I don't have to have these 3 set to defensive. And I don't actually. I only have my central CM set to defensive. These 2 are set to balance, so they're box to box. And eventually, right, when you look at player roles, you're going to have more abilities here. Right now, you don't even have abilities for wingers. You have abilities for strikers. You can go basically false 9 or striker, deep lying forward or striker, right? For center back, believe it or not, you have 3 separate setups. And you can no doubt use either ball playing or advanced, but they will move up, and it will affect you, and it will be a problem if you're not good at manually switching and getting those holes covered, because you will have holes. So I just leave it on defend. Fullbacks, there's obviously the wing back too, but typically wing back you only see in 5-back. So the player roles being limited, that's what I'd like to see, and I know they're going to improve that, but that's what I'd like to see improved, on top of obviously the defensive and attacking AI. But make no mistake about it, you can still create some good football, and that's what we're going to test out. However, one thing we got to do, because as I talked about, right now we have maxed out rewards. And so with those maxed out rewards, the best way to keep upgrading your team, getting the most XP, because that's my next goal, is to get these upgraded, get these beasts upgraded, right? Or at least see which ones are beasts and which ones aren't. That's where we need some help, kind of a guide to which players to upgrade or not. That's really what you're doing in the meantime. Now, obviously, full release, there'll be more modes, more things to do. But right now, once you get to the point where you see this and you're maxed out, right? Then until those rewards where you're going to get 600k XP plus all those packs, which is huge. That comes, what, Sunday or Monday? Until you get that, if playing ranked, you're just going to get minimal XP. But playing these tournaments, you're just going to get way more. The 1v1s will give you 100k each time. So you play 6 of these tournaments, which is, what, 24 games. That's 600k XP plus 24,000 points and 6 uncommon cards. So not too bad. Way more than you get playing ranked. So just keep that in mind. You just can't play with your full team. That's the unfortunate part. You cannot play with your full team. So we're going to adjust. This is my attempt to get these challenges done. So we're going to have kind of a lackluster team for a bit. We have to score 10 with defenders, 10 with midfielders, 4 with attackers, or 8 with defenders. So let's see, because we scored a couple. So let me see here. Looks like if I do it like this, I'm going to get these defenders in the mix, see if I can start getting some goals with defenders. It's going to affect how we play, obviously, but that's okay. We'll be able to see. We'll be able to see how the formation works. We'll go to regular 4-3-3, the general movement. Play balanced here in 50. Player roles. We'll set the player roles how I want. Now, I don't think this is set up for, the same way it's going to be on full release. But let's say you have a player that can play only defensive positions, not attacking, like pretty much all my players. I want to score those goals for the challenges, but I don't think there is a negative impact on their stats yet. I think that will come during full release. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Meaning, if you look here, angle, this angle, I have a different angle that's a beast, but this one can only play defensive positions. She even has a gray area as a CM. You see it's not green, but it's not blank either. I don't believe right now in this version there is, and this is a player I want to upgrade badly, so that's another reason to do these terms. I don't believe there is penalties to their stats, but yes, so there isn't. Corb just confirmed. Obviously there will be eventually, but that's cool for now because we need all these, we want to get these challenges done, get those packs. Because you never know when you're going to pack that next beast. Now I see a lot of people going, scam, the packs suck, the pack weights, this is a joke, but you got to realize, guys, it's alpha. They're going to fix all that, man. They're going to balance it out. They even have a market they don't know if they're going to release. There's just tons of stuff like that where, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I feel like we have to give them a chance, right? But this is the only football game that I've been able to constantly play and just not get bored or get sick of or get pissed at the same time too. Because some AI bullshit or some certain animation that someone abuses gets me in the game or whatever. Right? There's a lot to like in the game too. Alright, so we're in the 4-3-3. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got here. First game of the day, probably going to be Rusty as shit. Clearly a beast player, by the way. Should be up 1-0, just smoked me. Of course. See, you can't make those mistakes. Bravo. I love that run there. Well, that didn't work out. I tried to do a fake. The one thing I didn't like when I tried the 4-3-3 before was how separate the wingers were from the forwards. Good D. Man, my players are kind of just sitting there. My players are just kind of sitting there on the wing and stuff. And that could also be because the attacking awareness for defenders is awful. Which makes sense, right? You're not going to check to the ball as hard. You have everyone out of position. But we're going to play this game through, though. It's good to warm up. It's our good first game. It's just going to be a shellacking. But hey, if we can even get one with our defenders or whatever, it's a bonus. Look at those touches, are terrible. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's just, I don't know if that is playing them out of position or what, but the touch going way far away here. Can't even really dribble or move. Let's work on the individual defending. Good. See what I'm saying? Now I think it's because I got all my players like out of position, but that first touch is so bad. Look, like the players don't come to. So if you're trying to get the challenges, just know it's going to be a long day. I got my goalkeeper one pretty easily. You'll come across players that you can, and I didn't set it up with anybody either. Good. Oh, what the hell? You guys, I need a slow motion guy for that one. That looked like I had that ball. Maybe not, though. Oh, no, he's a good player for sure. It's probably like an alt or something. He's definitely a good player for sure. I can feel the difference, bro. Like when I have, you know, because all these defenders have like 20 attacking and shoot. Or no, wait. Attacking IQ is supposed to not even matter right now, right? I can feel it. Something's up here. Or maybe it's when I had it on short, but I can feel some difference where my players aren't coming to. Like their touches are just heavier. I don't know what it is. There's something you can feel that I can feel the difference though. He's terrible at finishing, at least. He's got to work on that. It looks like he overpowers all of his shots. But he's good at everything else. See, like, I got lucky there because my player was so slow in the attack. I actually got lucky. It doesn't have the impact. Interesting. It feels so heavy, dude. So let's look here. So I have center back, DM, center back, fullback, CB, fullback. Then I have a wing forward at center back, my wing mid at left back, attacking mid at right back. And you can, like, I can feel it. So I don't know what, if that's their, unless they're adding it as they go and, like, you know what I mean? But I can definitely feel, like, when they get going. And I'm glad, too, by the way. Like, I want that to be the case, but I'm just curious if what's causing it. You see what I'm saying? There's absolutely no movement. There's just they're just kind of standing there. And hey, dude, look, I was a striker, bro. If I had to play defense, that's how I would look too, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would look like these guys, so it makes sense. I can't even make a tackle regular, because that's my wing forward playing center back, you know? I want goalies to be able to dive there, though, for sure. Yeah, this feels so weird, dude. These guys don't feel right at all. But I played with the goalies yesterday, and it didn't feel like this. I should have went near post. That was so stupid. But it's like shooting like real life. Especially with these terrible finishers. Alright, let's work on the individual defending. See, like right there, that one guy would have been like, that's a glitch, but he just, all he did was this. See? He just held shield. Watch. That's all I'm doing there. Those tackles where they're doing that, they're just holding shield. you got to get to the side of the ball. It's not a glitch. It's just you can't see the animation or whatever you call it. So people think like, oh, dude, he's cheating. Because I thought that with I Am French. You know, which is why I should have checked in and looked at the game before. But you come from other games and it kind of fucks your mind up because there's players that do stupid shit in the other games. But that's all it is they're holding shield. Which I feel like they need to fix how that looks. Or like add something there. But it's part of the game right now. I'm not saying it's like necessarily OP, but you can't, like someone who's watching and doesn't know what's going on, there's nothing that looks like they're doing anything. It looks like the tackles just aren't registering. But that's not the case, obviously. There it is. Good, Sparks. See? So right there, my players are all doing that. Like, they're not registering. You see what I'm saying there? As soon as the pass is there, they're kind of just standing there till it comes. And I feel like that's the attacking IQ, bro. Like, defensive IQ. Part of me wants to test it out. I'm also seeing that little red dot in the corner, too. That could be it. Or that little red. What is that red thing that's popping up? Is that... If you guys look, see that in the corner? What is that? Does anybody know? It's popping up under the server where it lists the server location. Offsides. I can't read what it is. It's popping up too quick. I can't read it at all. It doesn't have the impact. Yeah, so I don't know if it's that, but you'll see if you guys have seen the other games. You see how until the ball gets right to him. Look at that. Dude, so a defender's just easily, I can't get anything going because my player just stands until the ball gets exactly there. So I feel like if that's from the out of position, that's a good thing. But here's the kicker. I played with my goalies and scored the 5 goals within 2 seconds. That was a terrible... Did he just shoot that right at me? Let's watch this. Let's see how this went in. Let's look at this. Yeah, I don't know about that one. McNabb. Oh, no, I have my 60 goalkeeper, so that makes sense. Hey, that's only a good thing if that's the case. But what's weird is why would the goalies then work? You know? Why would the goalies then work on it? Alright, let's get into the next one. Let's test it out. Let's see. So here's what we have. So you see attacking IQ 57, 62, 44, 43, 30, 33. So then you see defensive IQ 95 for Alonso, 77. Sparks is 66, 83. So let's see. All these attackers were standing around. What if we put in one attacking player? Let's put in some one player with like decent attacking IQ. If I even... We'll put in one. She's a winger. Her attacking IQ is 89. So let's test this out. Let's see the difference between her... And not to mention their stats are pretty bad. So I don't know. We'll have to see. There's definitely a difference in the feeling. But yesterday, the goalies that I put up top, they did good. I scored those within real quick. Do you think what I also wonder, I doubt it, because they just got back from break, but I wonder if they add in like updates that aren't. No, because you would feel it in your game, or you would see the update. It would show up like, hey, your game's been updated. I was gonna say if they do like hot fixes that you can't tell that they updated. Alright, so now we're gonna test it out. We have defensive players everywhere except for right winger. Let's see if there's a difference when we pass. Because remember the first touch too. Look at the first touch. 39 first touch. 31 first touch. 71 first touch. 54 first touch. 66. So that makes sense too, because you know when they're receiving the ball and then getting going, and they have terrible agility, a lot of them. 41 agility. 66 agility. So even if it's not attacking IQ, it could be these other things, but that's good. You want to see that. That's why these are challenges. You don't want it like UFL where you're. Remember, I did a test where I put Mbappe at wingback. I put Van de Ven as striker. Then I put Lukaku as like center back. And they all did the same as they would in their normal positions because there's no player identity. The stats don't really mean shit in that game. In that game, you could have 30 passing and pass like Kevin De Bruyne. You don't want that. You want these players to feel. But what is interesting is I think it might have just been like the first touch and all that. Maybe not attacking IQ, but it could be attacking IQ to where it actually matters more than we think. You never know. That would be wishful thinking, but it's interesting. So if I was that player right there, for one, that player's a beast. But just like I have to do too, work on the finishing part. Because against a solid player, all the misses on the post and stuff, the overpowers could make a difference. But if that last player gets that where he's finishing even those ones, bro, I have a feeling we'll see. You can't. They don't keep track of tournaments. I wish they did, because then we could see like the account and see if how that player rises and stuff. Ronald. So this is a very good player. Again, another whooping that's coming, and unfortunately, it's not a good player to play with a bunch of fullbacks and shit like that. But that's all good. Alright, so we want to test out that right winger. So he's in the 3-5-2, which is what I've been playing, which is absolutely beastly. But yeah, unfortunately we can't check those accounts, so that other one didn't have the change. So Ronald's one of the top ranked players. In the world, very good player. Alright, so Engel's the one. See how there's that movement and she wasn't just sitting and waiting? But then the other players aren't like moving, really, you know what I mean? But then my winger, you see how slow his touches were. Or that wing back on there, that he's like that really bad. He's a center back or a wing back? And then that red thing was popping up in the corner last game too. I'll have to test that out. Or test that out, not test it out. I'll have to slow it down later and see what that said. Good, okay, so angle. You can definitely tell the difference between having when the actual winger and then the players. So we'll have to judge like the 4-3-3 when we put proper players in each. That's where I got to get better at reading like where they're going. Now that's what Coates was saying he wants out of the game, is like the zigzag parts in the box, which I would agree, because that's what everyone's doesn't like in FC right now with Claudia Pena. She just gets the ball in the box and kind of dribbles back, and you just never see that in real football. So not that everything's going to match to real football, but having a player just go back and forth in a zigzag is kind of like, it gets to the point where it's like lofted through balls. Like, let's say I just do this. I'm away from the goal, obviously, but say I'm in the box and I'm just doing this over and over. No one's going to want to, like, deal with that. Or, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying. That's why, like, FC gets trouble this year for where they're at with what do you call it? Fidget spinning dribbling is what Inception and these guys named it. Now I don't face that too much, because typically you can get like your assistants over and deal with it, but some of the beastly players can do it like easily. They're gonna work you in that box. That's what I like to see, those cutting through balls, if they can get through. But yeah, so that was we'll call that the Claudia Pena goal. That's why if those who played FC know what I'm talking about. If you don't, she became the most out of nowhere, bro. She's been in the game each year, slower attacker, so not very popular until this year. And slower attacker, not very popular until this year, but she was popular because she had the low driven and she's small and super agile. So she had like, her gold card was popular forever, over like literally people were starting her over Mbappe sometimes. And she was just insanely broken. You would just dribble back and forth with her like this. But you see here, like, this guy is terrible at dribbling, and I could just do the zigzags all day with him. So that's where I feel like that shoulder challenge or something like that could come in and do something for that. You know, because something to deal with, like if I'm here, this is what I typically would do, just because otherwise, even when I'm jockeying, nice ball, that was sick, Ronald. Nice ball, though, bro. I love that ball. That was sick. See, that's what I love to see is, like... Now, you can still beat people one-on-one, like, you know, in football, but there's probably a better way to describe it. But I got to come up with, you know, a way to explain what I mean with shoulder challenge, where you're like, what are you really going to do there? Like, if you get into the right area, similar to how I'm getting on the wing, the player's just going to zigzag. So they got to come up with a way, because even if I press stand tackle there, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. If I press stand tackle there, am I going to get it, or am I just going to screw myself? Because in FC, you'll do this stupid lunge. Like, you try to stand tackle Claudia Pena, you'll do this stupid lunge, and she's just going by you. Let's see. We'll try it here. Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't nowhere near him, but look, that's me doing the stand tackle. So it's pretty much just doing this over and over. But obviously getting up by the box and then it's just going. You know what I mean? But obviously you have to get it up to the box still. And then going over. So I'm hoping that they make it to where if the defender can stop that, the skill would be like, if you can time it right, like you guess right where they're at, you can stop that zigzag. Because you won't, unless I'm wrong in that, like you guys tell me if I'm wrong. Like if we go watch real football highlights, we're never going to see Mbappe just go like this, are we? And I could be wrong, you guys tell me. We're just like this. That's that FC shit, am I right or wrong? You see what I'm saying? Like, if it was that easy... Then once you press sprint, though, you're in trouble. That's what I noticed. I'm trying to do that the FC style, the little, you zigzag a couple times, press sprint boost. I think there is a speed boost in this, but I don't know if you have to do a step over to do it. Yeah. There you go. So if you got somebody just dancing like that all the time, just use your AI defense, unfortunately. Unless you're skilled enough to like dance back and forth with them, which I'm not. That's a pass I like. I think I'm offsides. Nope. Yep. Damn. I love those passes though where it's on the other side of the defender. Sometimes it's hard to get those. Yeah, so here. Just do that. And then hopefully he doesn't score finesse on you. But I can't keep up with the dancing shit, so I just do this. And it works out pretty good until I give him the fucking ball back. It's unfortunate, but bro, how are you going to keep up with that? Because I notice even when I'm doing it, because he's an elite player, even when I'm doing the zigzags, it's hard for him to... See what I'm saying? Like, I can zigzag around him, too. So it's kind of just, he's good enough player to get it up by the box and start zigzagging. I'm not. If I was, and we'd be set, but that's where the skill is, I guess, right? Dude, yeah, this would get so... I've never played... Ronald's probably one of the first players I played that does that. Because remember in we'll have to check the Marceau video. I feel like he had more, like, intent to it. I could be wrong, but... I feel like this is this FC style, right? It's like FC style, just zigzagging. But he's like the first player. You guys will have to tell me, you guys who watch and stuff. I haven't played somebody that zigzags like that. It's good for the devs to look at, though, and decide, like, hey, how do we stop? The only way that I see to stop it is, unless you're a good enough player to keep up with that zigzag stuff, is to use your AI and then kind of just pick a side. And once he switches to the side, go to the other one, you know? I don't know. We'll have to ask him. We'll have to talk to him once he comes in. But I cannot stop that. There ain't no way. You guys let me know if you can. But it didn't seem like he could either. I couldn't get to the box. So in that way you could say... But like I was zigzagging all over in it, like other places where I could get to, and it didn't seem like his, like I was hoping he could show, he was gonna like show me I could learn something. Like, all right, let's see how he stops me when I'm zigzagging. But he didn't really stop me. It was once I did something stupid like try to sprint boost past him or make a pass near the box. But as far as the zigzagging, he wasn't able to really take the ball from me from the zigzag and stuff. It looked kind of unstoppable. That's what Coates was saying about that. Here, let's read what he says exactly. Oh, it is? Here, let me take it off, buddy. Let me take it off. Hold on, let me get it off there, buddy. GG's. Hey, I've wanted to talk to you. Hold on. Let me go to this. Let me unban you. How do I do this? Hold on. That zigzag, bro. So Coates was telling me about that in my Discord, and I was like, dude, yeah, like I know that's in FC, and I haven't. You're the first player where I've really faced that, the zigzags part. But it seems unstoppable. The only thing I could do with it is call my AI over. That was at like, we'll call that the Claudia Pena dribble. But I haven't seen a player now, unless Marceau was doing it, and I can't remember. But I don't think so. Marceau did more like these stop, go, stop, go. But you had that zigzag. But once I did it, it seemed like you had a hard time stopping it too. Only I can't get around the goal. Every time I tried to like pass or get it around the goal, you stop me. But away from the goal, when I was practicing it, it seemed like unstoppable. All right, so let me see how I can. Settings. That's where I was wanting like a more physical. I don't know what they would do to stop it, but the only thing I could do personally is use my AI. Settings. Advanced settings. Nope, that's not it. Privacy. Nope, that's not it. Account. YouTube Studio. Let me figure this out real quick. Let me look it up. Oh no, man, I forgot about that in YouTube. I did it for everything else. Alright, here's what it says. No. Settings, community. Hold on, so settings. User management. There we go. Hidden users. Perfect. Alright. Let me get to these. Holy fuck, bro. Each game has had... Okay, so, let me think. Let me see if I remember. Crispy, I see Crispy. Hey, somebody made an account one time called OG as an Unk. I think that was in UFL. Somebody made a mix up of Nick Runs the Foot Market. Marceau, Markey. It's funny because the old boy gave me a list of names to block. Ronald, there's Ronald. And some of these guys never even came on here, dude. Some of these guys never even came on, but probably because he knew these messages were probably going to get sent over. And then they did, because it's easy to start a new account. OG is an Unk. F Gamester. F OG. This one dude made like 6 in a row. It was like F OG, F Gamester. Daddy Gamester. That was it though. I think that's all that I blocked. So you should be good now, bro. In case you guys don't know, just in case anybody pops in and sees, there's this one dude that came in and just pulled a fast one on me and tried to really just shit on these people. And it turns out this motherfucker used to have, like, I guess a Discord. And then these guys left, or he was banning them and fucking racist as shit against them, saying the worst things. But he told me he was just, he plays because he really likes the game and helps him be part of the community. And then he was abused in this community and stuff like that. And it was crazy. And then I was immediately just took his side because felt like I was going, I thought I was going against some bullies. And so that's what we're talking about, is that I had a bunch of accounts that I had banned from the channel. Yeah, there you go, bro. So this is your main one. Okay, so talk about your zigzags, bro, because that shit was so impossible to stop. Now, I have no idea if it could also be because I'm doing those challenges, right? So I have some terrible players in. So we got to count that part too. But nonetheless, even if I had my best backs in, I feel like that zigzag shit, just because I was testing it against you, is fucking hard to stop or impossible almost. So that's where I was thinking maybe they come up with some type of like physical challenge to try to push the player off the ball. Crowded and need to find. Yeah, no, it works, bro. That's definitely that FC style dribble. I mean, why wouldn't you use it, bro? I couldn't stop that shit. The only chance I had is when I called over the AI, bro. But if the AI defends it, R1 can tell I'm in trouble if you do it manual. Exactly, I know. That's what I learned. Now, I was working on my manual defense, but there's no way, bro. I was just going to get stomped unless I guessed right. Is better for you. Exactly, I know. The AI is when I had success. That's what I actually told him. I know you weren't on at the time, but I'm like, the only way that I see I can stop this is call the AI over. But that's good, bro, because... And don't get the ball and try to block the shot. Yeah, dude. So I'm hoping they come up with something to negate that or make it less powerful, such as like getting your body in there, like a better defender, higher shoulder challenge, which could be, I put that in my video today, but it's like you could do balance plus aggression plus standing tap. I don't know how they do their formulas, but basically if I have the ball, I'll actually show it. I showed this in my video, but I'll show it here. Tactic board. So this is what I used for that last video just because it helped illustrate what I was talking about. But so if this is Marceau's number 4 right here, or Marceau, sorry, Ronald's number 4 right here. He has the ball. We'll just pretend he has the ball, even if the ball's not there. Here's my defender. So he's zigzagging. Boom, 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 boom. And if I'm jockeying, I'm too slow. So then you take it off jockey. But every time you take it off jockey and go here, boom, he's here. By the time I get here, boom, he's here. Right? If I guess this way, boom, he's through. So obviously all you can do, like he was saying, is kind of contain from a distance and try to block the shot. Good luck, bro. They're going to do a fake shot. They're going to score. Like, you're going to stop it every once in a while. By no means am I an elite caliber defender at all. However, even elite versus that, the attacker is going to have a huge advantage, which, as we know, that's one of the big things that people hated about FC this year, right? Is the Claudio Pena fidget spinner dribbling. And no, they still haven't been able to stop that. They even leaned into it. They have all these extra Claudio Pena special cards because they know people want that. That's an OP card this year. You know how EA Sports does. And so I'm hoping that Goals, being better than EA Sports, finds a way. And what I'm thinking is, if you have a good defender, you can cut off that cutback with like a physical tackle or something. Now, if you mistime it, and let's say the player pushes the ball out here, and then you come in and boom, hit the player, boom, then that's a foul because they didn't go for the ball. If you time it right, what I'm hoping is, right, you're going back and forth. If you time it right, as he's cutting this way, you can put your shoulder into that player and take that lane. Because if you guys notice, I was practicing by first going for the auto tackle, then going for the standing tackle. And, bro, I could not. It didn't do shit. It didn't do shit. Right? So, it's one of two things. Oh, here, let me read this from Ronald. Yeah, sprint jockey is too slow. Yep, I agree. Hope they buff the speed of the jockey and sprint jockey. I barely use jockey because I know I get done if I use it exactly, dude. So going back to the zigzag, right? So going back to the zigzag, if I jockeyed, he was way out ahead of me. Then if I ran, I couldn't change directions quick enough if I just ran without it. Sprint jockey sprint jockey and jockey are barely different. So a typical shoulder challenge, like what I showed in the video, would be something like this. He pushes the ball out, and I try to come in from here, push him off, and go. Now, people don't want the FC 10 yards away, press X, and then the defender just sprints over and automatically pushes the defender off the ball. Hence why they also added Enforcer in FC, where if you're trying to push the attacker off the ball, now if it's a stronger attacker that has it, they can actually shrug you off, right? They'll actually shrug you off and put their shoulder into you. I'm wanting that same function in FC for defenders and attackers, but not a freaking play style. Like, oh, if you have Enforcer, they'll do it automatically. Like, if you time it right, when the defender's coming to push you off the ball, you guys are getting in this jostle, you can hold down, let's say, X, right? Or I don't know what it could be, because X would pass the ball away. It could be clicking your right stick. It could be because you're running, clicking your whatever, and then you put your shoulder into them and try to hold them off. Or maybe for an attacker, it's just hold L2. There you go. It's just the same as the shield button. The defender comes to push you off, you hold shield, and that's what the shield does. On the defensive side, right, you go in, you're sprinting, holding R2, and then as you connect with the player, you press L2, let's just say it, let's just pretend it's L2, and they'll drop their shoulder in. Or if they're zigzagging, you press L2 and you'll try to take that lane to push the player off the ball so then you can take it. I don't know. I could be way off, but something where it's not an animation, but you can try to prevent the game from turning into like just zigzags the whole time. Only because we've seen what it does to FC, right? But then again, I'm not at the caliber of Ronald, right? I've talked about this for days and days and days and weeks, whatever, is that there's levels to this shit. Like once you go from Markey then to the 2 through 5, there's a different level there. And I haven't even seen Markey. This is from Marceau and these guys themselves. So you got Markey, who's in the world of his own. Then you have like 2 through, let's just say 5 or 7 or whatever it is. Then you have like 10 through 20. Then you have like 20 through 30. Then you have like 30 through 40, and that's where I'm at. So that's not even, there's like layers upon layers of players. And right now, Ronald's, I believe, like you can see by their records and shit, there's levels to this shit. He's a whole different level. So maybe if he plays against like a Marceau, or then maybe they have a better grasp on stopping that zigzag run to where it's like, oh no, you just got to improve big time, right? I haven't seen that. Ronald could probably tell me better, but for me it looked like it was OP no matter what. Like the way I was zigzag running, even with my players out of position, it felt too powerful. So I could be wrong about that. It could be somewhere it's just you got to get better. It's a skill issue. Or it could be a mix where you definitely could have done better, but there does need to be some way to slow it down because it's too powerful. That's the beauty of this being an alpha, though, is that the devs are the ones who have to go look at that. And old King Kurt's got to go test it out and say, you know, this is good, this is bad. That was my Kurt accent. Oh, wait. Yeah, you can do the standing tackle to get the shoulder push, but it doesn't work that good against it. Or did it against you in the wrong angle? Yeah, so Ronald was going for that shoulder challenge, and I just feel like it's not good enough. Let's just say that shoulder challenge that they do for that standing tackle, let's just say it's not enough. In my opinion, I feel like a standing tackle Like they should separate that out. Like when you press O, you put your foot in to win the ball. When you press L2, let's just say like square sliding tackle, O would be standing tackle. L2, because you're sprinting with R2, L2 would be similar to shield for the attacker. So you press L2 to shield, but on the offensive side, okay, on the offensive side, sorry, on the offensive side you press L2 to shield or hold off the player trying to shoulder challenge. But on the defensive side, if they did L2 where it was legit, like put your weight into the ball and you're trying to get between the attacker and the ball, as opposed to standing tackle, you're trying to tackle the ball. Sliding tackle, you're trying to tackle the ball. This tackle would be you're putting your body in between the player and the ball. If that makes sense, you guys let me know if that does or not. That's what I'm hoping for. I think that would be excellent. All right, let's see if we can get something going after 2 ass whoopings. Those are the first 2 games of the day. Against 2 very good. That first player, I don't know who it was, but god damn, he was a beast. He hit the post like 4 times. Otherwise, it could have been like... He hit the post like 4 times and missed a couple. Oh, this player quit. Otherwise, it could have been like 15-0. And then Ronald... it was 3-1, but it could have been more. I mean, I had no chance. I don't even remember how I scored on... He scored on his own net on me. But Ronald's definitely the zigzag king, dude. I've never seen that yet, where I had no chance, bro. I had no chance. Oh my god, this is another very good player. This dude's like an absolute beast. So this is going to be another ass whooping. So all these players that I talk about each day, these are who we're matching up against. They're probably warming up for like the 5v5. But once you max out your rank, there's really nothing to play. Oh, he's got his regular players in. He's probably finished the challenges already. So let's test it out. Let's see what his specialties are. So I'm going to try to mix in a little more Ronald zigzags. Because it's definitely helpful. Oh shit, what the fuck? That's not what you want to do right off the bat. So I think Tactic 1's like literally like a... top 20 player. Top 20, top something like that. But it's good though. The good news is you can tell the difference between when you're playing, you know, these good players and when you're playing not the good play, you know. Or sorry, you could tell the difference between when you're playing your players in position and stuff and when you're not. And that's good because in UFL there was no player identity. You don't want a defender with terrible attacking to be able to do everything the same as, and then you don't want your striker to be able to play center back, right? You want there to be a difference. Force that. Silly. I don't know if I like this 4-3-3, but again, I'm going to have to try it when I get better players in. Damn. Oh, screen. Holy fudge. Thank you. I always do that. I'm sorry, guys. Thanks, Narf. My bad, brother. My bad, guys. I'm an idiot. So this is Tactic 1, dude. Absolute monster in the rankings and stuff. Not a player that I typically would want to have these like defenders, but there's a defensive goal, so we get that towards the challenges. So that's cool. Ah, shit. Well, there's 1-1 more because of a defensive mistake. That's where I'm messing up bad. I have these attackers back there, and they're just so bad at defense. Or actually, that would be attacking. The attackers are losing the ball. The attacker, look at that. Just terrible. They can't defend. These are a couple games I wish I had my regular team in for sure, bro. Especially this one. He's had 2 tackle back goals. It kind of sucks, but what are you going to do? Yeah, see, they got to do something on those to be able to get the ball like here. There we go. We got it there. That was fair. Yeah, these are the games where it's no point in playing these guys and with these teams because I need my players in the right place to even have a chance, much less, you know, to even have a little bit of a chance. We were up 1-0, we gave up 2 tackle backs. So it would be nice if it was 1-1 right now, but that's all right. Hey, I got a goal off of him with a fullback. I'll take it. This dude right here is like a 77 center back or some shit. All right, let's try these zigzags. The Ronald zigzags. See, yeah, there is skill to it. But again, these guys are 55 dribbling. The other 2 we played, to be fair, had their 95 dribblers or 9. You know what I mean? So we can't really judge it on that either. So look, let me show you guys what I mean. This is what I'm playing them with. 43 dribbling with 41 agility, 60 shooting, and then this one, look at this. 49 dribbling. So I can't really be judging like, oh, look at my zig, like, you know what I mean? Whereas these guys have, you know, their top players in their top positions. Like, I have Engel, I have my right wing in there, so it's not a very good indicator when I'm trying to emulate it, but I don't have the players to emulate it, right? So I'll take that, dude. My strikers are stopping some of his attacks. I'm just glad I got a goal with a fullback. That helps towards the challenge. Boom. You see the difference, though, how they're standing there? Like, I know that's where the AI comes in. Like, the bad AI. But you got to check to the ball. And look, see how Engel... No, Engel did the same thing, I guess. I guess that's where the AI's lacking there. But once you play to a player, that should be an automatic that they're going to check to the ball. No one's just going to stand there and wait for it to come to. God, he's like a tackleback king, bro. He's lost the ball like every time, and then he just tackles it back. I mean, I guess it's a skill. I've never seen more tacklebacks that turn into dangerous plays. There, I got a tackleback. Yes, I got a tackleback. I got a tackleback on him. Is that another fullback? Yes, it's another defender goal, guys. And we're 3-2. The center backs prevail. Hell yeah, dude. The tackleback game. The tackleback game! That wasn't even a tackle back, I guess. That was just a tackle. Tackle goal. Tackle, get it stolen back. Yes, good. Come on, get through there. Yes, get through there, Engel. Get through there, Engel. Fuck you, Engel. Fuck you, Engel. Come on, center backs, you got this. Yes. Damn, okay, so I see I see where this oh no, fuck you. He teased that run, dude. He teased that run. I thought I could play that through. And then the run, he stopped his run. And then I played it way too hard because I pressed cancel like you can cancel. I can't wait till they add cancel, by the way. No, what the fuck? Dude, I'm just happy I'm in this fucking game, boys. Alright, we gotta watch the zigs. The fucking zigs! Yes, he missed it! The player to who he passes is always frozen in the spot. Here, I'll read that in a sec. Hold up. Dude, how the fuck am I in this? Come on. If you guys read where my player's at. Oh no, dude, I'm fucking this up. I'm an idiot. Come on, come to. I should switch to that 3-5-2 and switch my players into the right positions. How much time do I have? A little bit. Oh no. Come on, tackle back him. Tackle back him. See, dude, my players are... I can't do this. Look at my fucking center, my striker. I would play center back like that too, to be fair. But look at this right here. Watch this. This is... If I had players in the right position, look at this. What in the flying kind of AI was that? Alonso's like, bro, I'm a fucking attacker, dude. Like, he's got decent defense, though. Well, I was going to switch my guys up, but now there's no point. Bro, I'll take it for having my fucking players all out of position against the top. Unless I'm mistaken, I think Tactic 1 is up there. I'm pretty sure, dude. But I'd feel confident going up against them in a game with my full squad for sure. Yes, we got our we're getting our tackle back revenge at least. Look, look, look. Oh, I tried to force it. Yes. Dude. Yes, tackle back time. Tackle back city, baby. Let's go. So this is a good thing, by the way, what I'm about to say. But, bro, if you guys don't understand, like, I played, see, that's what he's good at. He loses it, but then he immediately is on you. Which is considered a tackle back, but it's not like the FC tackle backs, because you win the ball and you'll take a couple steps, but then after he stumbles, he'll either switch right away or he'll get it. So if you go back and watch those highlights, he's just immediately, he's used to losing the ball and then boom, he'll get it back, which is, dude, it's a skill, bro. I'm not saying it's a good skill or people are going to go, bro, what kind of skill? But it is. Not everyone can do that, and just he's reading right where you're going. So as he loses the ball, he's reading where you're going to and then going to get you with it. But it is a good thing, dude, in goals. Now, if I was playing with this team, with this type of shooting and defending, and I could just play these top-ranked players and do just as good with this type of player in my attack, then the game would be shot. Because look at this dribbling, look at the shooting, look at all. You don't want these guys. This is part of getting these challenges done. I think I got a few right here. Boom, boom. And this is what I'm going for here. So I need 3 more with midfielders. I need 4 more with attackers. I need 6 more goals with defenders. Implement, yeah, because they want. So Ronald says the attacking and defensive isn't implemented yet because they want first the overall AI in decent state and then implement the defensive, which is awesome. That's perfect. So the biggest thing that's affecting me with these players is this first touch. Like, her first touch is 39. Sprint and close dribbling's 30 and 40s. And then if and when I even get a shot, it's like terrible, right? Plus their speed isn't as good. Some of them, their passing's bad. It's just these are defenders, right? So I need 6 more goals with them. But playing these top-ranked players with, like, you know, look at the defense even. Great defensive IQ, but then jockeying 79. 77. Oh, yeah, defensive IQ doesn't matter. So then that wouldn't even matter. Alonso's best stat doesn't matter. So then, like, 89, 80 stand tackle. As opposed to, this is my typical center back, right? Like, that's a big difference. And you want that to show in game. Because if my attackers were defending like ferns, then the players would be irrelevant and the game would be shot. That's why UFL, no matter what anybody says, UFL, there is no player identity. Yeah, I know, this is a sick card. So look, this is who would normally be defending. But instead, I got this. Right? 69 standing tackle. And this. So, I'll take it, to be fair. It's actually a good thing. If I was playing outright, I'm more like saying it to the people who don't understand, who would see like these players, you know, because some of those goals, that last game especially, the defender's right there. I mean, right on top of the ball. It just doesn't make the game look good, but I got to get these challenges done. So if you know, you know. If you want to screenshot it and be like, this is terrible, then just know that you're looking at attackers trying to defend. Can you go like, we all played football, or most of us. I know my ass as a striker. If I tried to defend, I'd look just like how these guys look, right? Just like if Mbappe tried to play center back, he would be toast. If Van Dijk tried to play striker, he would be toast. So you can't really look at the, this could turn into a pretty good defensive card maybe, right? Or no? Ronald, what do you think about this? Yes or no with three upgrades for a defensive type of player? Or the passing and shooting is really low though? But GG's tactic won, bro, because you never know. He could have been working on stuff too, and he got the win, so... I can't see the details here. I'll go to the details on it for you. Who the fuck was that? I didn't even see who that was. Was that this card? Yeah, this card. Too low on the shooting and passing, you think? Or not worth it? Maybe it's an 80 if you were lucky. Not worth it. Okay. Boom, Soul. I trust you 1,000%. Yeah, and by the way, dude, I always want to say this too. If I'm ever playing and like my take while we're playing isn't 100%, like tactics, you know, I could see. Don't ever take it personal, dude. For one, I'm talking about it in the moment, and then afterwards I might watch it and see something totally different, you know. I've had that happen in previous games where, like, I'll be playing a homeboy or something, and, dude, I did a way worse one than ever. And luckily, my boy Phil's like a brother to me, dude. But listen to this. This is the craziest one. Thank God he's not some sissy boy. But I'm playing my boy Phil. If Phil came in, I wish he was here to tell you this story. I'm playing my boy Phil. We match up in ranked. We never have matched up. We match up in rank, and he ends up. And I beat him in a tournament after this. I beat him 1-0. It was a good game. 1-0 or 2-1 or something. But we match up in ranked, and I did not see it was him at all. I'm talking to chat. I'm doing all this. And it wasn't his fault. It was some eFootball shit where he did like a simple move, and it made my defender look like his ankles got broke. And he ended up scoring with Pele on it. And then he scored a different goal. And to be fair, when I watch it back, this motherfucker had skill and was just toasting me, dude. Fair and square. But that one goal set me on a rage. And I dogged him out, dude. I was dogging him out, not knowing it was one of my, like, best, let's call it internet boys, right? Like, I haven't met him face to face, but he's literally, like, became a good friend of mine. And I had no idea I'm playing against him, dude. I didn't look at the name. I'm sitting there playing. I'm raging. And, saying how big of a trash player he was and all this, and like he has no skill, and this is why these players make the game look terrible. And next thing you know, I look now after the game, I watch back. For one, that goal was dog shit because of the way it had, like, the player wasn't his fault, but the other stuff, he was toasting me, dude. It was skill, it was great, and his other goal was great. But anyways, it just happens in the heat of competition. Yeah, dude. Ronald says I hate tactic the most because his playstyle. I know, bro. Like it was annoying, right? Like I was I've. That's what I was trying to say without sounding like a hater. It was just like so fucking. Even once you're almost in a worse spot when you won the ball from him as opposed to just letting him hold the ball. What do you think about this card, guys? Check this bad boy out. Yeah, yeah. No, and to be fair to Tactic as well, I could watch it back and have a totally different take. That was just my live take on it. It's just like I was up 1-0, and then next thing you know, boom, tackle back, boom, tackle back. But then again, dude, I could watch it back where I had a chance to play the ball out and my dumbass didn't. You see what I'm saying? Like it's hard when you're in the moment. You see something one way and then and I've seen before he's a top ranked player, I believe. So check out this card. This is my new one. My other this is my they're all defensive. This one's similar to Ferns. But here's my newest card. I put her at CDM. I got all defensive players. By the way, bro, I know you guys are thinking it. I'll say it, bro. I mean, come on, bro. She's cute. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Wait, unlucky with the defensive player roles? I know, dude. All my play, I have all defensive. Look, defensive, defensive, defensive. Everyone. Yeah, bro, come on. Everyone's thinking it. I just had to say it. I mean, she's doing the little. She's throwing up gang signs for some reason, but that's all good. We're trying to just limp through these challenges. I know. They do that on a lot of them. Dude, my daughter's dog got the shit so bad all over, bro. But that's her dog. She's cleaning that shit up. You too, bro. You too, Ronald. See you on the next one, big dog. Oh, I'm almost glad I'm live, bro. That's looking rough. When the pups get diarrhea. Hey, you wanted that dog. You gotta learn. Back to the action, boys and girls. Back to the action. Try to turn this opponent into dog diarrhea. Oh, don't quit. Don't quit, bro. I took my ass whoopings every game. You mother... I knew it. Think they're gonna quit on me. Just take your ass whoopings. It's just tournaments. Who cares? I got whooped by somebody that was ridiculous. And then Ronald. And then Tactic 1. I want that Tactic 1 game back. I want all of them back. I'm a competitor, but with my regular team. But that is a great sign that it makes such a difference, guys, because if it didn't, then what would be the point? Who would care about the different players? Oh, dude, that'd be cool. Come on, yes, this is a defender. No, this is a defensive mid. Press the buttons. Press the buttons. Press the buttons. Let's go back to kickoff. Alright, now that's a defensive mid. Now I need to go with defenders. Defenders. Where's my defender at? Anacleto's a defender. Dude, I knew it. What a motherfucker. It's going to take us all day to get these challenges done. It's going to take all day. There's levels. I can't wait to watch this 5v5, bro. Now, I'm interested to know, like, I wonder if it's going to be a lot of the zigzag type stuff. If it's going to be more like Corb. See, like, if I had to emulate a style, obviously Marceau's ridiculous. Mix in some of, like, Ronald's dribbling. Defensively, I couldn't get near his goal. They all are beasts in pretty much every area, but, like, Corb's got like crazy movement. Like Marceau's a different level. I think everyone would agree. Something went wrong. Interesting. And I got to see Marky play too. But that Ronald's dribbling was definitely unique and very hard to stop, which is good, dudes, because that way they can look at it and see like, okay, do we want to? Is there something we could do to help this to where you can cut back and forth, but then we figure out a way, or do they feel like that's balanced? Corb was a beast on the passing side. Tactic 1, as soon as he lost the ball, that mother trucker was on your ass. But pretty much all of them have a way of doing that. Like their pressure is good, all the top players. But his were borderline like tackle back. He was right on it right away. From what I remember, I'd have to watch it back. But they all have these areas that you can tell separate them into. Here he is again. Alright, so we'll sub out our players this time. We'll sub them out and see if we can't do a little bit better. Let's see what subs I can make on this. Or do we just keep our defenders and stuff? Do we just keep our defenders in and just keep going for challenges and say screw it? Because I think a lot of my main players aren't even eligible to come in. I don't have my strikers, my attackers. I have Engel up, that's it. Good ball. I don't know how I thought that was going to go in, especially with a bunch of defenders. Yes. There it is. Is that a defender? Yes, my center back. That's a defender. We needed that. Good. Go. Good. Good read. Good. Oh, no, he won it. Yes. Good read. Good. Get that winger going. Get that winger going. Good. Yes. Damn it, that's where I don't... That's where these defenders are just slow moving. Oh, I beat him and then I'm just so slow cutting the ball. There's that zigzag dribbling from Ronald I learned. Guys, I should have done more with that. Oh, see what I mean? It's just more slow motion. It's just more like, it's not really like earning the goal, so it pisses you off because he's not like earning it. You know, he's not like skillfully playing, but whatever. It's not being mean to him, but you guys see, that's not like he gets you in ways that are not skilled. Whereas you'll learn your way to score against him. But that's how he plays. If it works for him and he's gotten up the rankings that way, he's gotten up the rankings that way. Stupid ass little run by me. Hey, I'm happy that I'm doing this against him with players all out of position. Scoring with 60, 50, 40 rated shooters and passers. No checking to the ball. Good. 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 Thought he was going to read the cut wrong. Yes! Oh, he got lucky. I tried to pull a him on him. I tried to pull a him on him. Dang it. 1-1, we'll take it. That's another defensive goal, too. We're slowly but surely getting those challenges done, boys and girls. Oh, the tackleback king. You can't even tackle. He tacklebacks your tacklebacks. Damn it, I wanted to try to see if I could play that angle and get it. Yes. No, that was supposed to go to the center mid. I fat fingered that, I guess. It's supposed to go to the center mid there. Good. Oh my god, and that's supposed to go to the winger. Dude, this dude's one of the worst. I can't even lie, bro. He never scores skill goals. And I'm not trying to be mean. He just never scores skill goals. It's always that ball was not supposed. That was supposed to go to the whole different player. But it's not his fault, bro. Like, I played to the wrong player, but he just never scores. It's crazy. He just never. See how after. Oh, and he was offsides. But see how, like, that would have been an earned goal because I earned it with a run. His will be, like, tacklebacks or. You know what I mean? Like, I pointed to my winger. How that didn't go to the winger, I don't know. I can't wait to get the overlays. But it didn't. And once it didn't, he scored. So that will be like the goal. So it's not like his fault. He couldn't make me pass it to the wrong player. But it's not like skilled. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. If I scored that like on that tackleback, that wouldn't be a skilled goal. That would be like I got lucky as hell in tackleback. That's like the kind of goals he gets. They're not really like skilled. But hey, and at the same time, he's finishing them off. So it is what it is. He's the type of player that you definitely see like that. This is how he scores, bro. This is what he does, and he couldn't even score that one. Yeah, I can't stand this. This is going to be a dude that I end up loving to beat once I have my team regular. I don't even know how he manages to get those goofy guys. You see me play a million times. How many times have you ever seen me kick the ball into my goalie's heel? How many times have you ever seen me kick the ball? That might have never happened before until this guy played this guy. I mean, I've played a lot. A couple hundred games plus tournaments and stuff. Never ever. And he still hasn't scored an actual skill goal yet. It came from a tackle back and like this kind of shit. Like this is how he scores. But that's a skill in itself, many would say, including myself. He's like a, you know those strikers that are like trash strikers. They only score tap-ins. He's like that. So we're gonna try to hit him with a long ball. He's the type of player you don't feel bad when you go for certain long balls and stuff. And it's not being I'm not trying to be mean. Everybody needs like a villain player. I think Tactic 1's going to be that dude who everyone's like, he has no skill. But then he'll make it to like, he'll be making it to semifinals and finals and shit. And showing highlights of his tackle backs. Like, this is a skill. And, you know, I feel like he's going to be that player. What the hell was that goofy little shit? He was trying to get a tackle back there too. Still no skill goal, and there's that. And it's like, if you're wondering why I couldn't play it, well, I couldn't. I could not pass the ball. If you notice, I was frozen, so I went bing, bing, bing. I don't know, it's weird, dude. He's a weird one. You guys can watch those games and then watch, like, say, me versus Ronald or something. It's just not the same. I guess you could maybe say it's with, like, the switch in players because then my dribblers are lower. So, like, you know, I'm trying to dribble with players I usually have elite dribbling, and now I have, like, 30 dribbling instead of 90. Maybe that was it, but he seems like somebody that does that each time. Ronald said his shit's annoying too. So I could see that being one of those players. All right, let's see where we're at in these challenges. I can't wait to switch my team back up, bro. So 5 more with defenders, 2 more with midfielders, so that's good. That one Niasi dude that keeps scoring, that's good. 2 more with defenders. 5 more with defenders, 2 more with mids, 4 more with attackers. I don't know. You guys got to watch those. You guys tell me what you think. Now, here's the kicker. This is where it comes. I don't think I'd waste my time playing if I played like that. You guys have heard me say it in other games, but other people would have fun. I don't think I would, bro. If I couldn't like actually, you know, pass and move and like, I don't know if I would be able to, or dribble. You know, it's always, everything I do would be like, oh, I got to steal, like the defender stole it, I got to steal it right back. I got to tackle it back. That's how I score, you know. I don't know if I could do that. I'd have to really see what that would be like. I think my tackle back goal against him is the only tackle back goal I've ever been happy about. Let's see what we got here. We got some PMs. Alright, let's see these PMs. Actually, I just like to meet new friends, share tips and ideas. Okay. Interesting. What up, Killshot? How are you, buddy? right, so we got 5 more defenders. Hold on. Let me see. I need to keep scoring with her. Then 5 more goals. A couple more with midfielders. A couple more. So the team's pretty well set up. I need to get an actual center back in the back. Can I? Yeah. Because those guys are killing me. Alright, so if we score 2 more with our left mid, couple more with our right wing forward. That's a forward, though. Doesn't count as midfielders. And then the rest are backs. That should be good. So I'll go show you guys real quick. I love how you can be in the lobby while you look around. That's so cool. So 4 more with attackers, 2 more mids, 5 more defenders. So we've played some really good players. Let's check that Tactics 1 guide just to see. That's crazy he's this high. He's 13th in the world playing like that. That's crazy. Dude, that was me playing him with all players out of position, like dribbling with 30 rated dribblers and shooting with 50 rated shooters. I just can't see. He's the only player out of these top players that I haven't been impressed with. Respectfully, though, you know, and you never know. Maybe, shit, he could have been eating cereal while he was playing. I don't know, but Ronald said, I hate Tactic 1 the most because of his playstyle too, so don't worry. So I guess it is just his playstyle. It's so like, it's so anti-football that it makes him into like a player that you just want to beat, as opposed to someone that you're like, damn, I could learn from him. Interesting though, guys, but it's all good. I love it. I love it. It'll be fun as we continue to play him going forward. Killshot, have you been playing goals at all? I'd be interested. I can't put it out there because it would come off as like kind of an attack on a player, but I'll have to ask as we do streams. Otherwise, I'd ask in the Discord. But I'm interested to see what other people think of that playstyle that Tactic 1 has. But I can't just put, hey, does anybody else think that this is like the villainous playstyle of the game, where tackleback's his biggest weapon? Like, you can't put that, but I'm not meaning it mean. We'll just have to ask as people come in. And I don't like this 4-3-3 so far as much. I kind of like those balls through the wings. Again, I got to test it with my full team to get a real gauge. But so far, I like the 3-5-2 way better. That wasn't even supposed to go to her. That was supposed to go to my winger. Ha! It ends up being a through ball. See, nobody else does those tacklebacks like he does. Makes you wonder. Oh, I thought he was going to try to guard me. Oh, there's the tackleback. Good, go get it, go get it. Look at the cross. He saw it coming, good defense. Good. Good. Look at that ball. You're in. Dude, I keep getting baited to cross it and I need to quit. What the fuck? See my players running into each other and stuff like that? It's It's just so silly. Nada. My players just ran into each other, bro. Can you believe that shit? Yeah, I max out my rewards. I'm trying to get. I got 3 challenges right now. I got to get 5 more goals with midfielders. I got to get 5 more goals with midfielders. I got to get 2 more goals with attackers, and I got to get, I forgot how many with defenders. Did you complete all those? Oh my god. The tackle backs are kicking my ass. Did you complete all those already, Corb? It's annoying playing with these defenders up like this, I'll tell you. It's ugly. I have a wing mid, striker, wing back, left mid, so it came. Oh, nice. Yeah, dude. It's been a challenge. It's been a challenge for sure. You can tell the difference with the 40 dribblers. That's for sure. More so than I expected. Like, which is a good thing. It doesn't feel like there'd be a difference, but there is a difference. Now, how did he avoid the tackle back there, I wonder? Because that's how he scored on me, that exact same way. Yeah, I know once full release comes, there will be more stuff to do. But right now, it's kind of like, oh, if I could get that through. It's kind of easy once you max out your rewards. But they need to make it more, like, obviously when there's more modes, that will be cool. But they need to make it more like, oh, get in. Not enough time. How can I say it? They need to make it more like rewarding to just play. Let's go with a 5 back and let's just see how we do. Or, sorry, 5 back, a 3 back. More rewarding to keep playing, like little challenges maybe, kind of like they do in FC, to keep getting rewards. Because once you max out your rewards, there's really nothing for ranked unless you're climbing the ranks. But once you max out your rewards, you might as well just play tournaments because you can get 100K after 4 games if you can win. If you win 4 in a row playing tournaments, you get 100K. If you win 4 in a row and after you max out your rewards in ranked, you get what? Like 24K XP or something like that? Yeah, dude, there's just no chance with these type of defenders in there. In these tighter games. For me, at least. Oh, I read it. I guessed it right, but I didn't. Ah, yeah, that's my striker playing wingback. That's her great defensive effort. It's gonna be a while. It's like you don't even have defenders. They just dribble right into you. But see, he doesn't know that. This player doesn't know that that's a striker. That's just getting, that's just him trying to play good and dribbling right into me. But little does he know I have a player that couldn't tackle shit to save his life back there. But he doesn't know that. Maybe he does. But I think that was just a mistake that turned into a good play. Look at that fucking passing on these. Oh, I thought I could squeeze that through. Good ball. She just ran away from the challenge. That's hilarious. Almost got another tackle back. Oh, I timed it right. That was a sick diving header because it makes tournaments worse for the newer guys because they end up playing the good players who keep grinding tournament. Yeah. All right, come on. I should have passed it. Should have passed her, done a fake shot. But I don't really need a goal with the wingers. I can always score with them later. I'm more worried about the... damn, I see. I wish there was a little angle for that. Boom. Dude, I got my goalie one easily. That's the funny part. It's all about who you match. The goalies play... dude, what's weird is the goalies don't have any... wait, do the goalies even have stats? So is that... do the goalies have just juiced up field player stats just by default? I wonder. If they add in a seasons mode, it will... yeah, that would be sick, bro. Dude, they were way better than these players. It felt like I had actual attackers. I got that one easily. I got that one easily. But really, if you think about it, tournaments is the only place to do the challenges. So I wonder if they could come up with something that's like... I wonder if they could come up with something that's... what would you say? More... I don't know, maybe they can do the challenges where you could do them in squad battles. Like, FCS squad battles? I don't know how goalkeeper... or quick play, yeah. Aren't they adding... I thought they said there's adding something like that. Like a kick... I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. If you do quick play, can you get the reward still or no? It's got to be in ranked or... does it have to be in ranked? Oh, I should have asked that off the bat. Does it have to be in ranked or... ranked or... what do you call that? Ranked or tournaments? See, this dude, so look. Right there, this dude got a tackle back. No disrespect to Tactic 1. But like Tactic 1, his whole game plan is around scoring like that. Whereas this dude just could have scored on me. And he did it how when me and Corb were playing. He turned it around. Oh, I'm playing Corb right now. Oh, that's hilarious. I should have figured, dude. I should have figured. Nobody usually does that. I was going to say. So, Corb got a tackle back and did not score it. And with all due respect to... oh, it works in quick play? I'm an idiot. I'm going to go... I'll probably go do that. But, dude, check it out. With all due respect to Tactic 1, that's... the main way he scores is the same ways that, like, say, Corb will... see, the goalie should have came out for that. The goalie should have came out. But I think that gives me a defender goal. Let me see. Yes, it gave me a defender goal. But the same way that Corb gave me that, or like what people would consider like, what do you call it? Like unearned goals. That's Tactics style. Now, you can't get mad at him for playing the game that's given, right? But I'm just saying, like, that's what makes his style annoying is that, nice try, I like those shots. That's what makes his style annoying is that he scores those goals that nobody considers like good goals. You know, nobody's going to sit there and be like, whether you take them or not, but nobody's going to sit there and go, oh, that was a great goal. That was good skill. Now, I'm not saying that that was just, maybe it was my style that created that for him. My mistakes that created it for Tactic 1. But that's, to me, what the difference between him and these other top players that I've played is that mother trucker's just on. That was, I think when I passed it, there was no one else there. I think that's what happened. Yeah, so that's what I noticed. Oh, no. Offsides. Nope. I was onsides. I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have done that. That's the difference between what I noticed between him and the other players, though, is that, like, the other players have this play style that you can be like, damn, that's really good. Oh, nice. Thanks, buddy. Rubio. Thanks, bro. Fullbacks. I can't remember now. I was just playing my fullbacks, and then I think I needed like 4 or 5 with like fullbacks, and then 2 with attackers, 5 with mids or something like that. I've been getting my ass kicked pretty much this whole session, so the ones I have are, I gotta remember, I think mainly fullbacks. Probably offsides like an idiot. I'm an idiot. Nope, yep. I can't even score when you gave it to me. Try to give it to me. Thanks, bro. So let's see, who is this? Is this a center back? Yeah, that could help. I wish it showed you. You know what I mean? It should show you in the top corner. Go ahead. Do you need any, or you've already done them, didn't you? Have you already done them? And then defensive mid. Then I'll let you win the game still, obviously. Or like we'll tie it. I'll tie it. What were you up by? Were you up 2-1? Okay, thanks. All right. So defender, boom. Boom. Oh, you're done. Nice, dude. Hopefully this does it. And then that's 6, 7. I don't know if I could check it or not. Oh, you know what I could do, bro? Here. This is what's dope about this game, guys. I'm going to go on. I'm pressing the over button to make sure. But I'm going now into my challenges. I can go into the companion app while we're playing, so I need... So the comeback. 2 more with midfielders. 2 midfielders, 5 defenders, 4 attackers. 2 mid, 5D, 4 attackers. 2 mid, 5D, 4 attackers. So it's 2 mid, 2 from these a-holes. All right, there's one. And then I'll let you just take over the game. Then you can just win it. Go ahead. Nice shot. Damn, so I should go near post on those. I never do. Go ahead. Oh, wait. Should I score? I'm trying to think. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. That should get me pretty fucking good, dude. Honestly, I'll eventually run into an opponent that's not like top 20. Let's see here. Holroyd's a defender. Okay, that's good. And then go ahead, bro. You can take over. Oh yeah. I gotta let you score two. You were up by one. You were up by one. Bada bing, bada bang. It was 1-1. Okay, so we're tied. So there we go. So let's finish it off. Try to. I mean, I have my players out, but it's still a good little challenge. Yeah, let's play, because I always learn whenever I play against you. I like playing against you. I like playing. It's not nothing against, again, I hate fucking being a dick, and Tactic 1 could be the best dude ever and a very skilled player, bro. But, like, even Ronald's fucking good. But, like, against him, his defending, his dribbling, it's really good to work against, because I know I'm going to see that against players. For Corb, his build-up is so fucking tough that I love playing against it, because it just helps me get better. So it's not, I'm not trying to be, you know, a jerk. Tactic 1 could just have been playing tournaments, so he played a certain way, could have had, and I could have been definitely off where I missed some of his really good stuff, but just from what I've seen so far that I recognize, Ronald's dribbling's fucking super tough, and like Corb's build up and trying to like even just create chances against these guys, it helps you become a better player. You're talking about guys that have been playing, but that's crazy, man. And maybe Corb has a comment on it, maybe he doesn't. I'm not trying, trying to start anything, but it is weird to me to see Tactic 1 way up in the ranks. I'm just gonna say that it's weird. When I seen that, it's like, wow, I expected way different for sure. And shout out to Corb for helping me out, dude. That speeds up this process for sure. It definitely does get old having to play with these players all out of position. You can see the difference for sure. At least I can. Oh, for some reason, I thought that was going to go wide, bro. Oh, shit. Then we would have had to go back to that dude in Discord and be like, all right, you're right. Players do miss open nets. But that just shows you that players do not miss. No 99 shooter or even 40, 50 shooter are missing open nets in this game typically. Ah, nice read, bro. Nice read. I thought I could get that through. Yeah, I don't think the 4-3-3, I see where it could be good. I'm still going to test it with my players in regular position, but good. No! That was hilarious. Dude. Hey, that was my miss. That wasn't your fault. Oh, nice D. Alright, let's see if we can stop it. Alright. Offside. Hey, after this, I'm gonna put you on the spot, bro. I want to hear what your coaching breakdown is when you play Tactic 1. Like, what's your scouting report? Am I crazy with what I'm saying? Like, and I just didn't see like the beast mode in him. Maybe he wasn't trying against me, or is he very good at that? Like what I would call that annoying style. Nice run. Oh no. Oh yes. Dude, that's shout out to Corby, as he's the one who had me put back in at Altani. Altani just saved me right there with his long legs because I had him on the bench. This is where Ronald's a beast. He just gets this going. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, shit. See, I'm not as good at it. Ah. Whew. Yes, come on. Come on, Engel. Oh, come on. Oh. Fuck, man. Engel's blowing them on those finishes. Oh, shit, 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 shit. Nice cut. Oh, I didn't even... Bro, that's my... Oh, fuck. That's my attacker coming in and... Here, I'm going to kick it back to you, too. There you go. That's my Sparks. That's my attacker coming in and winning that. I was going to try to manually defend it. That's funny, bro. When I first didn't read the name, I thought I was playing someone that was just like... Did that out of nowhere, but I should have known it was Corb. Oh my god, slow motion, bro. Oh, dude, that's hilarious, bro. Those players are crazy. If you ever wonder about the stats in this, dude, Tactic has always had his way of playing. Yeah, dude, I can see it, man. It to me. Oh man, that would make my blood boil, bro. It was making my blood boil, and I had like my challenge team, and let's call it, and it was just still like, you mother trucker, this is how you're playing. But dude, to be fair, I wonder, sometimes you gotta wonder like the knowledge of that. Because to him that might be a GG's, bro. Obviously, it's not a real game because Corb let me finish like a million different goals. Let's see where we got to with that. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got 2 challenges done. Win 5 games. Okay, the defenders is done. 4 more with attackers. And 1 more with midfielders. See, that's great, though. That's great, because the defenders is done, so I can get their asses the fuck out of here. 1 more with a midfielder. 4 more with attackers. So as long as they have M on it, we're good. Alright, so the keeper will keep 96, 36, boom. Alright, I'll keep that just in case. Yeah, obviously that's no real game at all. And that's the other good thing about tournaments is it doesn't go on. Yeah, so see, they got to do something like that, like a kickoff or a quick play. Maybe that's what I'll go to. So I'm trying to finish this before I got a real game I got to go coach. There's that. There's that. All right. Edit team. All right, so I can get the center backs out of here. So midfielder, I need 1 more. And then attackers. Wait a second, I just thought of something. If we go to quick play, if I go to quick play, I think I can use my regular team. But then I need a goal from Sparks. So we got to try to force a goal out of Sparks. Once we force a goal out of Sparks, how long till this is done? 3 days. I can get that green pack, and then the attackers will just come naturally. I'm going to try to hold. I got to take a piss. Thank you. Shout out Core, bro. He made that process go good. Alright. So we got to try to force a goal from Sparks. She's my right center mid. She's the only mid I got in the whole field. But at least we can play with the regular team. And I'm just want to see how this movement is and shit. Because right now I like the 3-5-2 way better. Alright, so that's 3 more with attackers. Sparks. Minimus 1. Dude, see? Okay, so that one right there. Sparks is clean through. And didn't play the ball. Oh my god, and then that one. I probably pressed pass a little too hard there. Alright, there's that one. So midfielders are done. I think he's probably going to quit. Then I'm going to go piss and get the fuck out of here. So I got to go. I'll be back after I get done coaching. These challenges are done. Yeah, so hopefully they come up with a mode. That's the only thing with those. The goalkeepers were easier. I'm pretty damn sure they default to like probably like 60 on all stat. I don't know. But the goalkeepers felt... I thought because of how easy the goalkeepers were, the field players were going to be easier. And you can definitely feel the difference in the heaviness on the ball, how long it takes to get, get any momentum going, the quickness of the passing, the accuracy of the passes are like, oh man, they're always just slow motion. Because remember, passing, no matter what, the speed of the passing doesn't, like when you power it up, it just changes. Like if there's 2 players there, the more you power up, it will go to maybe that second or third player. The less you power it up, it will go to the closer target to you. But the speed doesn't change, right? What changes, but the speed doesn't change unless you have stats lower. So a 99 passer, boom, they're going to get a ball to their target real quick. Ping, 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 quick. Because that allows you to get the ball and start moving forward and continuing on quicker, right? Whereas a low passer... Like, let's say you have a ground pass 10, lofted pass 20. Your lofted pass will have dispersion, so it will go off to the left or right. It will have more arc to it, so it won't get to the target faster. And then if you have a low ground pass, right, it's going to take forever to get to your teammate, the receiver, and then forever if you have another low passer. That's what a low passing stat does, right? That's how they translated it to work in a football game as opposed to real football, where there's going to be dispersion and this and that. So that difference when I had all those fullbacks playing, you could feel it, and that's a good thing. You want the stats and the differences in players to be prominent because that just shows you that there is a skill gap. There are differences. You can't just put any players anywhere like UFL and be fine because the stats do matter. Your players do matter. That's important. So shout out to kudos to Goals for that. I'm not saying everyone likes the passing system. Markey, for instance, he didn't go into his detail on what he would do differently, but he does not like that idea of every pass goes the same pace. If you have the higher passing stat, it will go faster. Lower passing stat goes lower. And all the power up button has nothing to do with how hard your pass goes. It has more to do with like the intended target. All right, 2 more challenges done here. Score 1 goal with an attacker. So all I need is 3 more goals with attackers, which, let me look at this. 3 more goals with attackers. It's my regular team. All right. Ooh. Probably nothing here though, right? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll do that. We'll elaborate later. Oh my God. Hold on. Terrible dribbling. Dude, this is going to be a beast, right? Hold on. Schmitz. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Did I just get a monster? All right, he's got 4. Timothy Schmitz. Elite acceleration, needs to pick up the speed, but 4 updates. 85 defense already, 98 jacking. His physicality sucks, though. Good passing. We'll have to look into that one. I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, so what other comeback? So we're down to just 1 more, dude. Maybe we'll just finish them just to say we're done. Let me see how much time I got left. Did you eat breakfast yet? You hungry? No? All right, I'm going to be off in just as... scared of that. Rain ain't gonna do nothing to us but make us strong. We ain't witches. We ain't gonna melt. Mother. All right, we got 3 more goals. I got a little bit of time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. All right, so that's where we're at. Let me see. Edit team. Store. 34. Let's read what these challenges. Okay, so that's it. So 3 of those, 3 days. So that's fine because that's anybody. So attackers are here. So it's anybody. Any of these. Live or just normal. 22 days, 3 days, 3 days follies. Alright, that should be good. Let me know if you guys have finished yours. But hey, just remember, you can do them in quick play, ranked, or tournaments. Probably would go into quick player tournaments. Tournaments, if you can win them, get you the most rewards right now if you've maxed out yours. If it's just finishing the challenges, go into quick play. But if you want to finish the challenges and maybe try to double up and also get the most XP to boost players, because dude, I'm excited to do. I have a few people like I want to see what this goalie, this Rubio when he's finished, is out. Alguin. Just don't expect her to win any headers. Yeah, I see that. See, I love how each player has their strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, so we'll follow up more later, man. W goals, W all my opponents. Again, Tactic 1, don't hate me, bro. I'm just making an observation off of playing you just in the moment. I have to go back and watch. And I'm not really going to take too much out of it just because I had my players all messed up. Maybe like the way they were playing threw you out of whack too. So obviously, who cares what I say? You're one of the top players in the world. So kudos to you on that. Kudos to everybody for the help. Thanks especially to Corb. And we'll get him on and do some breakdowns of like how he judges which players he's going to keep that he feels are going to upgrade well, and the ones that he feels like are pointless to waste your points on because they're not going to upgrade. Well, we'll get his take on that. That'll be a great video, great stream, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you. Peace. Yeah, I know I'm coming.